What is going on, you guys? I'm back with another video. Today, we're going to take a look at the Transformers Studio Series Dark of the Moon, Wheeljack, aka Q. So before we get to the figure, let's go over the box. It is our typical Studio Series packaging we are getting used to now. This lovely image of Q here. He is from Transformers Dark of the Moon. On this side, you have a nice, crisp image of his robot mode. Q, or Wheeljack, aka Q. This side, you've got the rest of his body. The nest base, I guess. On the back, you have your obligatory product shot. The scene that he's from in the movie. He is an officially licensed Mercedes. And you have your 1 sentence bio right there. Oh, that is it for the box. In the box, you get his staff thing that he toted around in the movie. And you have his gun. So, those are the accessories. Let's bring everything back down to get a look at Q, or Wheeljack, however you want to call him. He is, like I said, he is a licensed Mercedes, and this looks really good. I'm finally happy to have a toy version of this design for the movie, given that originally back during, I gotta find a way to color correct. Let me see what I can do. Nope. But yeah, let's just. Nope. As long as my hands in frame. I remember when the original Dark of the Moon line came out. He was like the hardest character, second to Soundwave, to get from the whole series. Like that's just preposterous, but I'm glad to finally have him here. The figure is not bad. You can store the weapons. So there's a peg here. Focus. That plugs into a port here. And then there's this tab that will peg in to this port here. So yeah, it's better to not have the gun dragging. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. So you can, you can store this here on the car. I never understood that accessory, but whatever. So let's get into a couple of comparisons. Strictly based Dark of the Moon bias. So here he is with the Deluxe class Dino or Mirage. Why did these two have two different names? Wheeljack and Mirage, but why were they called Q and Dino? Somebody who knows the behind the scenes of the movies, let me know, please, because I'm very curious. Again, this isn't the Dark of the Moon version, but it is the character, so I don't care. Here he is with the Studio Series version of Sideswipe. Here he is with the Dark of the Moon Bumblebee. I just want to know, I love this figure. I love this mold, but I hate the clear plastic doors on this figure. Or just this mold entirely. So, please, nobody make me transform this again. I love this figure, but I hate transforming him because of these stupid doors. And not the Dark of the Moon version, but Optimus. And finally, his Judge, Jury, and Executioner, Soundwave. So that is it for the vehicle modes. I like the car mode. I think the car mode is really nice. Lately, that's where Studio Series has just been shining. Well, not with him, because he's not a Ferrari. But all the real cars that are in this line, it's been so good. So I will be right back with this robot mode. Alright, we are back with robot mode. And this design, this is where I think the Studio Series line, or, well, the movie, I meant, the design started to get a little wacky. Because this design is wacky. Well, let's get a close-up look at his face first. Focus. There we go. There's our little robot Einstein. It's such a weird design. This is where they also started giving everybody hair for whatever reason. I don't even know. Articulation-wise, the head's on a ball joint. You have to move your shoulders. Arms are on a ball joint. You can go forward and back, in and out. Got a bicep rotation here. Wrists on a ball joint. Got bend and inward movement due to transformation. The arms are fairly posable. I just leave them like that. If you move this out of the way, hips or legs can go forward and back. Actually, not really back. In and out. Thigh rotation. Make sure you get the headlights out of the way. Pretty decent knee. No ankle tilt. Some of the Studio Series Bavers bot designs do kind of suffer for the lack of articulation due to their design, but I can get over it sometimes. Oh, now we can give him his weapons. You can give him his gun. So he can pew pew and bang bang while he holds it like this. That's a little weird. Then you've got his stick. I don't know. I personally just use I store it because that's where he had it in the movie. There on his back. Oh, where is that? Now, let's get his knees fixed. There we go. Now let's get some comparisons. Alright, starting off, so we got Dino, Mirage. See, the naming game is starting to get to me again. So, yeah. There's that. There's Bumblebee. Optimus. And finally, did this light die? Yeah, this light died. That's why. Finally, Soundwave. I think they're about the same height. I thought he was taller for whatever reason. But, yeah. Q. He's an interesting figure. I wish he could pose a little better, but nonetheless, I like him. It's good to finally have a character that has just been really hard to get over the years. It's just one step closer to being done with my collection for Transformers Dark of the Moon. I gotta get the other two Wreckers, Prime, and Ratchet. And then and the Sideswipe. But, yeah. Let me know down below what you guys think of this figure. This has been the review for the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Q, aka Wheeljack. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys later.